channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for joining me. I do appreciate you. So today we're going to kind of talk about, how this started, or how it started and how it's going. In 2016, they cheered, right? In 2020, they doubled down. What was the promise? America first. The reality? Well, let's just take a look at how it started, and then we'll take a look at how it's going. So back in 2016, and again in 2020, Trump promised to protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. He told his supporters he was different from the establishment Republicans. No cuts, no changes, just winning. Maga voters believed it. The idea was simple: cut waste, drain the swamp, and put America first. But now, the House GOP has passed a budget that tells a different story. Fast forward to 2025. Suddenly, Medicaid cuts are back on the table, big time. The House just passed a budget that forces $880 billion, with a B, in cuts over the next decade. To put that into perspective, that's nearly a quarter of what Medicaid spends each year. Millions of low-income Americans, including Trump voters, could lose access to health care. So let's break it down. About 72 million Americans rely on Medicaid. That's nearly 1 in 4 people. Many of them are in red states. Many of them voted for Trump, and now their health care could be on the chopping block. Some MAGA voters are waking up to reality now. They were promised economic relief and security, but instead they're getting budget cuts and broken promises. It's deja vu. We've seen this story before. Remember when Trump signed the 2017 tax cuts? The rich got richer, the deficit ballooned, and now guess who's paying the price? Yeah, it's us. And the GOP, they've got a tough sell. They claim that these cuts are necessary for fiscal responsibility. But let's be real. If they were so serious about that, they'd be looking for military cuts and military spending or corporate tax loopholes, not Medicaid. So what are we going to do now? For some Trump voters, this is a wake-up call. But for others, it's just another excuse for them to double down because they don't care. But one thing is clear. The consequences of their votes are here. Healthcare cuts don't just hurt liberals or big city elites. They hit everyday Americans, the very same people who put Trump in office. Fafo. Elections do have consequences, people. And for those who believe that Medicaid wouldn't be touched, well, it's time to face the facts. This is how it started, and this is how it's going. So what do you think? Are Trump voters finally waking up, or is the cycle doomed to repeat? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll go into more deep dives on this, of how it started and how it's going. Have a good night and a melanated tomorrow.